Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So most of you know that our K20 NSX has been suffering from some sort of boost control issue for quite a while. Luckily, we were able to get back on the dyno and our tuner was able to figure out what it was. And what we found out is that the ethanol sensor wasn't maintaining a good signal because the return line essentially was running dry on occasion at really high loads. Thankfully, there's a really easy solution to this problem. We're simply going to move the flex fuel line from the return side into the feed side. But, of course, doing this could also cause a fuel restriction, which is the reason why we usually put these things in the return line to begin with. I wanted to show you this pretty cool split flow fuel adapter for a flex fuel sensor made by Radium. It's essentially going to allow us to run the flex fuel sensor in parallel to the fuel feed, which will allow an unrestricted flow to the fuel rails, but also get an accurate reading on the flex fuel sensor. Went ahead and laid out all the new stuff we got here from Radium. We're going to be using a Continental flex fuel sensor and also adding a fuel pressure dampener. I'll put all the part numbers in the description below. So we started by removing the flex fuel sensor from the NSX's return line. And then we carefully opened all the Radium parts and inspect them for any kind of damages or imperfections. So we've got the assembly together now. It's pretty straightforward. You have a center block and then an end block on each side that have a couple O-rings that I lubricated before installing it. We did have to remove the factory quick disconnect clips that are no longer in use. Once we put this all together, it'll basically look like that, and we'll put the ORB fittings on the end so we can put it back into the rail. What it does is allows fuel to pass through the ethanol sensor and then also bypass it. That way the ethanol sensor isn't a restriction on your fuel feed. So let's go ahead and finish that up. Take this guy right here, goes right into the end of the unit here. We just have to snug that guy down, put another one in on the other end, and this assembly is ready to go back in the car. So all we have left to do is tighten down the ORB fittings, tighten down the Allen keys, and then we need to remount it in the car, and we should be set up to run a full fuel flow without any dropouts from our ethanol sensor like we were experiencing before. And there we have it. It's fully assembled and ready for use. So we have the car back together. We're heading down to Podium Club Raceway down in Casa Grande to test out the new sensor and make sure that the problem is resolved. And we're also going to be testing out our new quick rack. So check back and we'll post up the results here in the near future. Thanks for watching, guys.